Good Monday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to use the next 15 minutes to dive into your forecast over the next 7 days and also look at the tropics. Otherwise, as we take a look off towards our east from the Horseman's Western Store in Orange, you can see swelling cumulus, maybe even almost cumulonimbus off to the east of Orange. These are moving towards Orange from Louisiana at the present time. Otherwise, in your weather headlines, we expect scattered showers and storms this evening and tomorrow. Because of an approaching upper level disturbance, we may get a break as we head towards, Wednesday and Thursday before rain chances go back Friday and Saturday. Regardless, it's still summertime across Southeast Texas. As far as your allergy report, not a great day today. Moderate levels of wheat and grass pollen measured, plus moderate levels of mold this afternoon. Otherwise, right now, as we take a look at our forecast, as I was saying, we'll go with a 40% coverage coming up tonight and tomorrow. Maybe rain chances down a little bit, and then we get another surge of moisture coming in off the Gulf. So 50, maybe 60% coverage on Friday, Saturday before rain chances go back down to near normal levels. So normal looking like Wednesday and Thursday and Sunday and Monday across Southeast Texas. This is what woke you this morning. We had an upper level disturbance coming in, plus a southeast flow just above the surface. So those wind directions conducive to producing pretty good coverage of showers and storms, some 1 to 2 inches falling in spots across Southeast Texas, particularly over towards Groves and Port Arthur. Now the flow is from the east, and we're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms roughly along the state line in through Newton County back over towards Orange, and that activity is moving off towards the west at the present time. Look at the rain cooling action going on in. So a quick look. Again, this is not expected to be severe. Mauriceville back over towards Bon Weir, coming on into Newton over the next few minutes, moving away from Burkeville and maybe over towards the spillway at San Rayburn, Jasper over the next 35-40 minutes, and then we're watching showers and storms building up heading towards Kirbyville. And as you can see, some locally heavy rainfall, some lightning there, nothing, as I said, severe, heading towards Buna also in the next 30 minutes, if not sooner. And the activity over towards Orange has weakened as it heads towards down I-10 towards Vidor, and doesn't look like we'll see any more from the east, at least at this time. So it looks like a fairly active evening across portions of our area, particularly up towards the lakes area, as high pressure is just not over the state of Texas. You don't want to have that this time of year. The high is off towards our south and east. That's not good. We also have high pressure off towards the west. Again, where I am, there is no high pressure. There's a weakness aloft. So we want to get this high out of the southeastern U.S., pull it back off towards the west, towards the Four Corners. And the good news is that looks like that's going to happen as we head towards next week. And thankfully, this is the disturbance we're watching now. Again, this is an upper level disturbance. You can see how the shower and thunderstorm activity is disorganized. It's not consolidated or around any center, and this is, again, an upper level disturbance that will likely head off towards the north, so I'm not concerned about that. It's just activity over our area now that is looking like about a 30 to 40% coverage, maybe as much as a 50% coverage in the lakes area coming up tonight. Otherwise, tomorrow we may get showers and storms trying to develop coming in off the Gulf tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon, maybe a 30 to 40% coverage across the area with highs in the lower 90s, once again expected across our area. So this is the disturbance that came in this morning that caused the showers and thunderstorms across our area. It stalled. Now it's going to head back towards the north. So it basically came in, and now it's going to go out as we head towards tonight and tomorrow. So very interesting. And then again, this is the disturbance that is creating the showers and storms, and what the Hurricane Center has classified with 0 chance of development. But look at all the moisture. That is tropical moisture, as you can see, well up the scale. So heavy rainfall is going to be possible for Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle as this heads towards the north Tuesday and Wednesday. So again, I don't think that's going to be an issue. What we'll see is scattered showers and storms tonight and also tomorrow. Then lower chances, at least that's the way it looks right now, coming up Wednesday and Thursday. There's the high over towards Florida. We don't want it there. We want to move it off to the west. And guess what? We see a surge of moisture coming in on Friday, so we'll amp up our rain chances Friday and Saturday. Look at the high. There it goes. And it's moving back off towards the north and west. That is where it's going to set up shop for the next, as we head towards Monday of next week, much of next week, probably the 2 or 3 weeks after that, which is just perfect news as we head on into hurricane season. If this high is strong enough and it's over the Four Corners in northwest Texas, we're in good shape. So this is the disturbance that the Hurricane Center is watching. It's not going to develop, we don't think. No shower and thunderstorm activity associated with it, as you can see, winding down as this heads off to the north. Now, this is going to be a surge of moisture, no doubt about that. And this southern section of this area is going to go south of our area. So it looks like we will see that surge coming on in towards Friday and Saturday. So in the far eastern Atlantic, there is Aaron. And Aaron is going to be steered by a couple things. A Bermuda high. How strong is this high? Modeling doesn't do great with this because there's no weather stations out there. Why do you think we fly hurricane hunters out? Because this is what we call a data void. The oceans are usually a data void. There's no weather stations in the Gulf or the Caribbean or the Atlantic that measure temperature, pressure, wind speed, wind direction. All that information does not go in our computer models. We heavily rely on satellite data for the forecast models. So that's why the hurricane hunters go out and fly into these storms. They, instead of, well, basically they drop weather stations called drop zones in through hurricanes and tropical systems that measure temperature, wind speed, wind direction. That data goes into the computer models. Okay, we have stationary sites in Lake Charles and Beaumont, Port Arthur, Houston. All those measure temperature, pressure, wind speed, and direction. There's none out in the Gulf. That's why those cities don't show up in the Gulf, because we don't have weather stations out there. So that is one reason that this high may not be correctly resolved. So a little bit of some doubt, but regardless, there's two things. We're going to be watching this high, and we're also going to be watching this cold front coming on down the eastern coastline. The way this set up, yeah, I would say this would turn. But if this high is stronger and further west, then that's going to force this further to the west. Strong storms, and this is what this is forecast to be as we head towards Saturday, would tend to turn north. But if this high is stronger, that would force it to the west. You can see there is quite the spread. So we'll look at some of these ensemble members and some of those ensembles. So this is what we're looking at. This is what we call the spread. The larger the spread, the greater the uncertainty. So as we head towards Saturday, look how big that spread is. That is a very wide spread. So there's quite a bit of uncertainty as we head towards Sunday and Monday. When we get into Sunday and Monday, that's when we better have that start to turn to the north. So as you can see, there's low spread here. So we have, as meteorologists, a pretty good idea and a pretty good confidence that it's going to be within the area that is dictated here. Notice the Hurricane Center, the white outline. This is their official forecast. Look at what they're doing. They're using the ensemble members, which I'm showing you here. That's what they use to forecast. And so as you get closer in time, that spread decreases closer in time. Look how small that is, and that's why in time your spread increases and your uncertainty is greater. So middle of this week towards, say, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe into Friday, we ought to have a much better idea of whether this thing is going to turn to the north or be a threat towards the East Coast. I don't think it's going to be an issue for the Gulf. Let's just put it there right at this point, unless this turns up to be correct. Just early right now. So right now, something to watch, but I think we're in pretty good shape as far as the Gulf. Regardless, on the Gulf of Mexico tomorrow, looking at light and variable winds, mostly smooth seas, scattered showers and storms possible, at 92 your water temperature. So maybe as much as a 30 to 50% coverage this evening across southeast Texas. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 70s, maybe closer to 80 in Port Arthur. And for tomorrow, we're looking at about a 40% coverage of scattered showers and storms sometime during the day. Highs will be in the lower 90s, and we're looking at triple-digit heat indices around 102 to 105. The UV index will be 11.3, which is very high, and we'll see northeast and southeast winds at 2 to 5 miles an hour. So tomorrow, a 40% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms, high temperatures in the lower 90s. And taking a look at moisture levels in the atmosphere, as you can see, we've got quite a bit of moisture in the atmosphere right now over our area. We're way up the scale, or the legend right there. Right there. Okay. Now, as we head towards tomorrow, it may go down a bit before they go back up on Friday and Saturday, and then we get another surge towards Monday of next week. But right now, we're focusing on Friday and Saturday to be our best chances of rain and thunderstorm activity. About a 40% coverage and near normal rain chances. Summertime, 30% coverage is normal. We're the wettest part of the state. We get over 60 inches of rainfall a year in southeast Texas. Nobody else can say that in the area, in the state of Texas. 5 feet of rain. We did that during one weekend during Harvey. Remember that? So we'll go with a 30% coverage Wednesday and Thursday. That's another reason why we're so green compared to the rest of the state of Texas. 50% coverage Friday. Of course, these numbers could change. You know, surprises are possible with that amount of moisture coming in Friday and Saturday, but we think we may go back to near normal rain chances Sunday and Monday. Highs may try to creep back up into the mid 90s as we work on into Sunday and Monday. I wanted to check radar. Ooh, look at that cloud. That is building up. Thunderstorms coming on in from the east over towards Orange is what we're thinking. Let me get to radar because that's what's going on right now. Real quick, that is review. Showers and thunderstorms, yeah, still some activity coming in towards Lake Charles and over towards Orange. And as you can see, these showers and storms are increasing in coverage up towards Burkeville. They're headed towards Dam B, or I should say the spillway at San Rayburn could hold together towards Dam B. Jasper, Newton, starting to see some showers and storms coming in from the east. Again, I don't see anything that is saying they'll be severe. Kirbyville, Buna, this is all coming your way if they hold together. Evadale may